Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol AMRS. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. Anthony does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I will say, though, from a presentation standpoint, this chart is actually pretty tricky to talk about now because there's a lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're some sort of day trader, scalper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought right there, or maybe you bought right there, and your plan was to buy and sell within, 20 minutes, well, then, yeah, from that point of view, the chart's looking pretty rough. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, I get it. From the highs, there's been a pretty big pullback. But from the grand scheme of things, the price still has plenty of opportunity to build a higher base. And as long as higher bases are being built over longer periods of time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. I'm going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you probably had more of a day trader type mentality and perspective going into the trade in the first place. And while I'm not saying this is what's going to occur, just to offer up a little bit more context to how I can still call this chart bullish, with a bigger pullback that it's had. But let's say that the price actually comes all the way down here to 475. Again, I'm not saying that is what's going to occur, but just to illustrate the point. So let me do this too first. So there we go. So again, the price comes down here to 475, then behaves like that and starts to kind of work its way back upwards. Now, emphasis here on big picture. From the big picture perspective, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have some lows right there. You'd have some lows right there. You'd have that low down there. If you envision each of those as kind of some bootleg stair steps, I'm clearly not an artist, but if you picture these as stair steps, what do you have from the big picture? You still very clearly have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction, and that's the name of the game. That's what you want to see happen going forward over longer periods of time. And that is, again, that assumes that the price actually goes all the way down to 475. As of right now, it's still up above $5. So even if it were to get more drastic, like I said, that would still imply that the price has an opportunity to chip away and build that higher base. So definitely going forward, top priority right now is, building that higher low and, building those stair steps. Once again, I get it. If you're a day trader and you bought up there, then yeah, you don't care about any of these stair steps. But that is what I tried to, or why I tried to offer up a warning that I would be commenting from a bigger picture point of view. So sure, today the price pulled back, but stop and think about that word, today, as in 1 day. Looking at multiple days, which is what we're doing here, you can see the price still has plenty of opportunity to chip away and build a higher base. So let's see if the bulls can get that job done or not. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.